guys, welcome back. We are down here on field 32 doing a mission, doing a contract, because we need some hay, and I'm hoping we're going to get a fair amount of extra hay off of this field. Hey Tanya. How's it going tonight? This round baler. I thought about buying a square one. We'd had to change out our bale trailer too, so I don't think we've got the money to do both. So I guess we're going to just stick with the round baler for now. Hey DB, what's up? Just messing about, eh? Trying to get these out of the way. So when we make our up and down passes, they won't be, hopefully, in our way so much. Let's see. Let's double back and clean this up a little bit. I guess we'll go up this one. Oh. So no matter how many times I use a round baler, I still forget to pay attention to that beeping. I just kind of ignore it. I thought it'd be fun to, be interesting at least, to work a little bit of the fields down here on the south side of the map. Been spending, oops. So we've been spending a lot of our time up at the other side. Let's do a little inside driving. I know, I would love to use that that mod that I did a video on a couple weeks ago, but that is one that's not one of the permitted mods on the server, so we're gonna have to stick without it. Just have to do it the manual way, I guess. You may be asking yourselves, where did all that money go? Did you guys have a lot more money the other day? And the answer is we did indeed. We went and bought the large bit of land up at the sawmill. And that basically took all the money that we had. Just trying to clean up some of these little dredges. Before we start making our up and down passes. Nitro Dad and Jacer are up there at the sawmill, starting to work their way away out of it. Kind of starting at the sawmill and working their way out. How did I go and miss? Thought I just drove over that. There we go. Alright, now we go the easy part. Making up and downs and trying to pay attention to the beeping. I'm going to use cruise control just to make it easier on us. Hey Adam, what's up? Welcome to the stream. I don't really like that square stacking trailer anyway. I think it's too big. I like the round baler, the round bale stacking wagon, because it only holds something like 8. The square one holds 16, but it's just too big. Can't really dump it in any of the buildings, because it ends up clipping through the roof usually. Hey Rockhound, what's up? I saw you updated your truck. Hadn't had a chance to get it yet, but I did see a notice that it was new version was uploaded. I was going to tell you, I saw a truck over on Forbidden Mods. Scantia, the blue Scantia truck. They had configured the cab to open on mouse. Now in 17 you had that set up to open on IC controls. Yeah, I think I saw that in the changelog. You got differential now on the drop axle, and a couple other things you did with respect to the mouse movements. Oh, you're gonna put the other rims on the 48 ramp truck. Yeah, it'd been cool if that was a configurable option. Just a Photoshop thing. That's it. Nothing fancy, right? Yeah, I basically know what Photoshop is. That's how good I am with Photoshop. I know it exists. Oops. Wrong button. That's what I want. Hey, Haggard, what's up? Well, I would say the only thing I know in that list is Premiere. I know enough about Premiere in order to get the job done. That's about it. Well, that's about what winter time is on a cattle farm, I guess. Hey, Michael. How's it going? Alright, let's just run around and start it again. Do a little on cab driving. It'll be a little bit easier, I think. Oh, you weren't rodeoing, were you? Or was it just normal? Oh no. Sometimes it's just doing the normal thing that goes and gets you hurt. A fellow that was big old Marine guy goes and blows out his knee getting out of his car going to the gym. No, he doesn't do it working out at the gym. He doesn't do it any other time. It's getting out of the car on the way to the gym. Sometimes it can be just how you turn or how you just pick something up. Didn't seem like it's anything out of the ordinary. Hope the biofreeze helps. Stuff never seemed to work for me. Okay. I think we're about halfway done. Let's check. Yep, look at that. Look at all that land they now own. I think that's probably going to do us for the rest of the challenge. Is that plot of forestry. Oh. There we go. Thread the needle. Thread the needle. Oh. Yeah, we'll be on the challenge all month long. Got another 12 days, I guess, till the 31st. Then on February 1st, we'll figure out which team has the highest points totals. Oh no, you can't be leaving the ladies out there by themselves. They get themselves in trouble. A little bigger hole to thread through. Oh yeah, we are nearly done. We got just 4 more windrows to do. Then we'll have to pick all these bales up. There we go. I didn't think I saw the little triangle thing on the door come down. Mirror. Do you like baling in this tractor because the mirrors are set up just so we can see the baler? So when we open the door, we can see that little triangle thing. And then we can see that little triangle thing when we close it. Rather helpful. Did run into an interesting problem, actually, with that forestry area. We were trying to cut the trees in front of the trigger and then push them in so we didn't have to load the trailer. And that worked most part. Then we got to and something caused the trigger to go all wonky, and we was spewing out Lua errors. Think it may have been just cutting too close to it or something. I think they're back to loading the trailer like normal. Last time we did this, we did a baling mission contract. We had like 12 bales left. Got to keep. Like I said, we're down to, I think, 5. We're down to 5 bales, so replanted field 11, so we really don't have much grass space. plenty of silage bales. Little short on the ground, the hay bales. I'd say anything about vehicle inspect up there in the upper left corner as compared to glance. Kind of like vehicle inspect a little better at the moment. One, because glance doesn't exist for 19. Two, because glance didn't update but every couple seconds. So it kind of left you guessing when things were really full. Whereas vehicle inspect seems to update real time. Go. Nice field of bales here. Making several trips, picking them up. Of course, we couldn't be further from the farm, it seems. We're down here in 32. The last baling contract we did was on 28. It's only going to pay out about 8,000 something. Really wish these mowing and baling missions would pay out a little better, given the amount of work involved. I do think, I mean, given the size of this field, I don't think a harvest contract would pay out as much as a baling contract does, so there is that. Alright, well, I guess we're going to need to drive around and see if we can't fill up this baler and get one more bale out of this. All possible. Might not be possible. Fair bit to get And I don't see a whole lot on the field. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna. 1,600 liters. Let's have to. Got what we got? Let's go and just check and see. 20% done. All that work and we're only 20%. Let's take this back to the farm. Get our bale trailer. Start hauling bales. Whoa, 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 what happened? What happened? We hit. I don't even know what we hit. Hey, Alan, what's up? What? What's going on? I don't know what on earth happened. It's like the tractor just lost traction. Just whipped around on me. Are you all using a 700 over there? It's a 700. A little bit more power to get up the barn hill.
Not using it at all.
Right.
What's that? Oh, did it have a stump grinder on it?
Yeah, I'm not using it. I was just grinding some stumps out.
Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome to it.
Yeah, there's one. If you still got some stumps, or if you still got it on there, there's one stump that I just did that'd probably be nice to get out of the way while it's
Okay,
still
I'll
on
come
there.
over and get that one.
Yeah, and then that's it because I about had it with these trees. The first one I took wasn't too much of a problem. The second one had a phantom root ball and a phantom branch that I recorded, and that branch was probably 10 meters long. Where, I mean, you know, there was nothing there, and yet you can see the tractor and the trailer being drug around by it.
Yeah.
And I'm on the third tree, and I don't have that problem at all. So here's what I've deduced from this. The first two trees, when I went to saw them with the chainsaw manually, they were like normal. Okay, you walk up to it, you got a cut mark, you sliced it. The one that had all the phantom stuff, I literally had to almost jump up in the air and cut it above my head. There's no way to cut it between the ground and about 5 meters up. Well, maybe 3 meters. Because I guess, yeah, that's probably how tall a person is.
Whoa!
By the time you can reach up. And that tree is all buggy. I did manage to sell it, but it took four attempts to sell. Because I did where it finally triggered the sell point was the phantom part of the root ball. So the rest of the tree wasn't even in the box, and yet it got sold. So anyway, but I'm doing, I think, the last alder for tonight right now.
Oh.
Well, at least they didn't mess up the. At least it didn't mess up the wood cell point when you put it in there.
Well, right, and so I guess that I guess that the lesson learned is it really has to be on a trailer or in a pickup or something.
It's gotta only be this map, though.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. You know, it could be that he got an early version of the cell point that wasn't finalized yet, or something.
Or the map maker's really a demon.
Well, no, yeah. If he figured out a way to do that, more power to him. You know. So if he figured out how to make it that hard and how to prevent that cheat, good for him. He got to make more maps then. and help us figure out some other stuff.
It seems like a complete waste of space. I mean, this is a huge driveway that we could leave. Why do you want to show up? Me over each other? I think to make this work, we need to take away this driveway and make the garage like alley access. But I mean, there's a lot of space though. There really is a lot of space back here, and I love that. Well, I mean, what do you think overall?
Just having a problem with this baler. It just seems to be whipping the tractor around. Oh, what's going on? Yeah, we got a whole new set of land over at the sawmill we bought. I have no idea why this thing is just whipping this tractor around. Yeah, I saw that. Of course, we don't have anything to sell at the barn. That's good to hear, Taylor. We're going to jump up there to the sawmill and find that 700 and use that. Haul our bales. Oh, he's brought him down toward us. That'll be helpful. Short wheel-based implements, they just don't back up very straight. All right.
All right, bring the telehandler over to your area. Oh, I just messed that up. Sorry. I'm getting tired. Starting to smash into things.
Oh, what time scale do they play at? $103 on this one. We had 91 or 2 hours on the other one. So we sold the land, the forestry land around our farm, and bought the big logging forest by the logging area. It's basically almost the entire east of the map. That should keep us in logs for quite a while. Yeah, we have some daylight today. The way we've got the clock set up on the server, every 24 real hours is 36 in-game hours. It should alternate. But there are times where we can catch it so that it only has, you know, where it's just dark, just not quite daylight, as opposed to, you know, the middle of the night or the middle of the afternoon. Hey, Christopher, what's up? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. So it's like they plant and then they bump the clock to 1/3, 1:20, so then they can harvest. uh, hey, Irish farmer, what's up? Pick up our bales. See how many trips you need to take. Hey, Raznik, what's up? How's the thing called work? Yeah, I'm driving a green tractor. It's Fent green. All right. Let's see here. What's the easiest way to get to... Oh, okay, that's the barn. All right. We'll be able to do that pretty easy. Oh. Say, what is it? Were they saying tonight was that blood moon thing? Full moon? That's why it's busy. All the werewolves are out tonight. Tonight we're going to be doing a lot of driving. Yeah, we are down to 5 hay bales at the barn. and we could obviously use some more. Last time I did a bale contract, got to keep 12 bales out of the deal. Got 14%. 14% for one load. 34. Next load will be 48%. Next load after that will be 62%. Next load after that, 76%. So that's 4 loads. Next load after that will be 90%. Then the next load after that will be over 100. That's what, 6, 7 loads? Little Fiat. Used a little Fiat a little bit. Not like a whole bunch. Fiat's, I wouldn't say it's a tiny, well, I mean, what do you call tiny? Fiat's got 150 horsepower. It's got a lot of horsepower for a small tractor. There are other tractors that have lower horsepower. Fiat is, I guess, the cheapest. So it depends on what you call smallest. Now, the Fiat is incredibly slow. I think it has a top speed of like 14 miles an hour. Seven. Is that your video? I haven't watched it yet. If you put photos somewhere, I haven't seen them. Get to the barn. We're going to have to see what the great demand is for the barn. Probably going to be something silly like straw at $4 a liter, 1,000 liters. Just remember to back it up. Backing things up. Look at that. Yep. What is that? Straw? Whopping $6 per 1,000 liters. Five. Go. An animal dealer? Placeable? Alright, Morpheus, that's cool. We'll figure it out once we all of a sudden freeze. How's everybody holding out in the... How are you doing, Darren, as far as the weather? Like so far for us, it's basically just been rain. It's cold rain, but it's not freezing yet. Oh, the Lindeer, I've used it some in 17. I haven't used it much in 19. That's the one that actually has articular or four-way steering, isn't it? It's a fun little tractor. Definitely needs to make sure that you have a weight. Just slush so far. I don't think I know what flat would look like. Ooh. That's no fun. Out east. What east you're thinking about, you think is flat? It's the bale. Alright, next load. Whoa. That. I don't know. Haven't been to Ohio much. I think I drove through it once to get to Indianapolis. That was a long time ago. Say the reason we don't get a lot of the weather that we're supposed to get is it's because of the ridge between Virginia and West Virginia. Much of the time, the bad weather, the snow, hits the ridge and doesn't have enough gusto to get over it. Ends up dumping all of its wonderful powder on the West Virginia side, and we get a little dusting. So 45 and 14, so that should be 9. Yep, 9. All right, later. Yeah, now on those Lua errors, they weren't cutting the logs in the cell point. At least they didn't think they were. Thought they were cutting the logs outside the cell point, but it was still spewing those. Then we ran into an issue where we tried to cut these brown trees, and it wanted to blow the cell point all up. I think they've basically gone back to the idea of just hauling the logs on a trailer. I think Darren would maybe take an alternate viewpoint on that. 5, 6. Alright, I'll take a look at it after the stream. We make another trip. Dan, if you can click OK on that. Google doesn't like abbreviations. No, I don't slow down. I got a lot of bales to pick up.
Jeez, sir.
Yes, sir.
They just posted a picture of where to put the logs to push them in.
Oh, really?
If you go to the general, you can see it's off the corner.
Oh, over by where we had the little light tower just a minute ago.
But I've already cut all the trees down here.
Well, but they're, yeah, of course, they're showing logs on the ground, and whether, yeah, maybe do a whole tree, I don't know. Maybe if we try.
I don't want to keep breaking it, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not unless Farmer Klein is literally right around to do a restart for us, you know.
Yeah.
And then the smart thing to do would try it when he's around and have him do a save game before we try it. You know.
Yeah.
And then do the experiment. I also have revisited with somebody, and they confirmed with me that trying to pick up those, maybe you can do it because you got, with the 2 joysticks, you're really good with the skull handler. But trying to pick up the bendy pieces, these authors, apparently they've been trying for a couple of days and haven't figured out a good way to do it. So they've been doing what I just did, which is just slice it up, and it still sells. All the little branches still sell for about $1,400.
Yeah.
So, which isn't great, but it's not terrible.
Better than zero.
Well, yeah, you're still getting the big money for the trunk.
What do we get for a trunk?
Well, I could have sworn that the one time that I saw 4K, but maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm tired
That's
tonight.
a big trunk.
Yeah, no, I couldn't tell you. I mean,
That's
that was
a really big tree.
well. I think. Oh, you know what? You know why? I did see 4K, but you know where? Well, no, wait a minute. No, because that would be the single player version, so it would have the same pricing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just punchy tonight. I don't know. I don't know what I saw. I'm definitely getting tired. There's no doubt about it.
$7,000 for the junk
finish off
tree.
This last the load that I have right now. I'm just shot.
Yeah, Darren's saying that that's the magic spot.
Okay.
But once they figured out where to put it, had any issues. Yeah, you gotta read that a little slow, DB, or you like, what's going on?
There we go.
That's why YouTube doesn't like my name abbreviated. Anytime you try to abbreviate, it's going to be like, moderator, you need to approve this, because I'm not sure. The only issue is...
So are we thinking
There
that
we go.
we
Missed it.
just cut along too close to the sale area that last time?
Yes, I don't know where y'all were cutting, but yeah.
Okay.
Well, those first couple alders that drop right there are very close to that cell point, because you don't have a choice because there's no other place to put them. But see, the thing is that the wood had bugged out before that, because we were still over clear the other load point. I don't even think you'd bought this land when it bugged out the first time earlier today. So I don't know. Because if you remember when I couldn't even cut that one little teeny piece of wood, it was like, you know, the chainsaw would show it goes through it, but it wouldn't do anything.
$68.
I don't know.
Yeah, I love it when that happens. Makes a cut and nothing happens.
Right.
$68 if you don't cut
There's
it.
my contribution for the night. All right. I am tired beyond tired.
All right, man.
So I think I'm just gonna park.
So I'm okay. You think I'm okay to haul them over with the? Just take them over with the telehandler, set them down in the wood area, and then sell them, right? Instead of putting them in the trailer.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, everything I've done so far, I've put in the trailer, so I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I've either had it in trailer or the pickup. I thought about driving in with the telehandler just to see what would happen, but then I kind of got scared, so I didn't. All right, I'm just gonna park this right here so you can.
Okay, man.
The flat.
Yeah, have a good night, Jason.
Yeah, wherever's convenient for you. And if you need, well, now that I figured out, you know, I mean, I sawed up the rest of the alder in maybe 10 minutes. You know, so if you need any of these other alders out of the way, just cut them and lay them on the ground. And when I get on tomorrow, I'll do the rest of them, get them out of the way. I don't know if you need any more out of the way, but
no,
if you do,
it's pretty good.
You know, if you do, just let me know. And
I'm gonna do a little more log and then go do a harvest, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
I saw a cornfield that looked get my name on it.
Oh my! Oh man, you are a glutton for punishment. Okay. I am not a glutton for punishment, but I am a glutton for a really good mattress. And
What do you enjoy, Jason?
And I have a good bed, so I think I'm going to go visit my bed.
All right, man. We'll see you
All right.
tomorrow.
Okay,
Bye.
take care.
The only thing worse than corn is the sugar beet harvest.
I love corn. Potatoes are terrible. I hate potatoes.
Potatoes are bad. Do not do the potato harvest with a trailed ropa. Never. Never be enticed by the money. Not worth it.
It wasn't that bad in 17, but 19 it's miserable.
Yeah, they're a little digitally for some reason. The other guys, I'm not sure why. Nitro Dad's got a ton of background noise. That doesn't help sometimes with the digitally. It's alright, Taylor. I knew what you meant when I read it. We should have, what, just about, let's see, 86. So we're getting 14 per. So this should do it. This last load should do us. If it doesn't, it's going to get us to 99%. That means the rest of the bales on the field are ours. There's a lot of bales left.
Which is strange. I find usually whenever I do a bale contract, I'm left with 2 to 4 bales for myself.
But what I did is I basically made sure that I went to as far out as I could until I got the message you don't have the field. You don't have access to the land or whatever. That way I was sure that I was getting as much of the grass as I could. We got 12 bales off that one me and Nitro Dad did earlier in the week. It was last week. Let's see what we got here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 2 loads with the trailer here. Oh, yeah, the dolly. It's because it's such a short axle. Or not a short axle, a short wheelbase between the rear attach and the axle. That they just whip straight, and then next thing you know, they're sideways. Hey, Keith Cat. So how do I choose the mods that I'm going to do a video on? Well, it's pretty low tech. I basically look for something that I'm interested in. I have personal interest in using. So if it's a mod that I would probably use at some point, or I could see myself using at some point, then I'll take a look at it. And if it's air free, that's pretty much a big requirement. Then I'll probably do a video on it. So all the tractors are going to have a big turning radius. Look at that. We got 16 bales. It completed me out. Got 2 whole loads. I got to haul the whole width of the map.
Wow, that's a lot.
Got 12 on field 28. 16 on this. $8,300 and 16 bales. Unless it's two cherry... What? Cherry fire? What are you talking about? Talking about the two trucks? They didn't have any errors. I looked. Trust me, I'd have been annoyed if they had errors in them. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't do a video on it. Then I'd be like, why are you putting out a mod with errors in it like that? Now, I think, no, not Morpheus. Night Owl. Night Owl was telling me that he couldn't configure those trucks after he bought them. Put them in a configure trigger, repair trigger, and it wouldn't let him configure them, customize them. Oh, the flatbed's my style. When the grain truck comes out, that'll be my style. The vehicle hauler, yeah, it's too showy. Pretty much it's going to be mods that I find interesting, mods that I want to use. To some degree, mods I think people might be interested in. I mean, like the two trucks I did today, I really personally don't see me using. But I know that they're nice. I know there's going to be interest. Yeah, I looked at a map that came out yesterday, and I shut it down within 2 minutes of it loading because it was riddled with errors and Lua script errors and texture errors and other issues. I'm sure it played halfway okay. But that's not what I want to put in the channel. It didn't have... Fields weren't defined, meaning they weren't numbered. Okay. So there weren't going to be any contracts. The new farmer mode, you didn't own any land at the start. So what's good? What good is it having 100K and no land? You know? There was a whole bunch of errors related to the start equipment. So all that was broke. Yeah. So I was like, well, I'm just shutting this down. There will be an abundance of good maps very soon. I'm not laughing at you. I'm hopefully laughing with you. Well, yeah. That's the problem, DB. They're in a rush and they're not thinking about the rush. I mean, if I had the ability to make a map and I knew there was lots of people that were desperate for a map and I thought I had the stuff to make a map that would satisfy their needs, I would be trying to make it quickly. But personally, I wouldn't want to be putting stuff out there that's junk. That's right. People are fickle. They have very short-term memories. Unless you do them wrong real bad, then they're never going to forgive you. But, I mean, they'll jump on it. Then they'll realize that they don't like it, causing them issues. They'll either blame Giants or blame the map. Oh, yeah, Ben. Yeah. Yeah, lots of his stuff has the New York plates on it. Lots of his stuff. Whoa, 30K. Yeah, most of his stuff doesn't have an interior to it. But I would say that there are a large number of players that never drive in cab. So having a truck that has blackout tint and no interior isn't that big of a deal to them because they're never in cab. For me, not having an interior is an instant throw it away. Not interested. Now, I was looking at that. I was looking at that flatbed. It ran really great for me, but of course I've got a 1070 Ti. But supposedly it's got some insane number of polygons. I don't know if there's an easy way to merge some of those polygons together. Probably have to put it in Blender and do some kind of a Blender blending. Yeah, the GMC. White GMC I looked at just had a black inside. He had lots of pickups from 17 that weren't so hot. Blender, it's just another, you know, Blender, Maya, whatever that thing you're using, 3D, whatever. Lots of folks use Blender because it's cheap. It's free. Yeah, you'll just know going forward that the stuff that he releases, don't expect too much out of when you look at it. You might be surprised once or twice. I think he might have had his hands in that gator I used in 17. Pretty sure I took the license plate off that one. Sure that had a New York plate on it at some point. Also used to have a floating hat. If you were in the gator, the hat would be on your head. If you were out of the gator, the hat would just be sitting there floating. So I went into the editor and got rid of the plate and got rid of the hat. Taylor, you're on Xbox, so pretty much the only mods that you're going to be able to find are the ones that are in the Giants mod hub. Any mod you find anywhere else, you're not going to be able to put in your game unless the modder uploads it to the mod hub. I can tell you I've gotten word from a couple map makers that explicitly stated that they had submitted their map to the mod hub, got tired of the fact that their map's probably not going to see the light of day until middle of February. And given the fact that they probably submitted the map sometime in December, okay, and still it's not going to show up until February sometime, they basically flat out got tired of waiting and went and uploaded it elsewhere. Now, if Giants kicks back their map for any reason, who knows if they're going to be overly motivated to try to fix it to get it back in the mod hub or not. So I still hold that Giants has done themselves no favors, nor have they done modders any favors in basically taking a month off with respect to mod releases on the mod hub. More than a month, probably 2 months. But there is a thread, a forum posting in the general discussion forum that is supposed to be updated near daily. Talks about the mods that are in testing. It just lists them by name, so you kind of you don't know what they are, you just know their name. And it puts beside it if it's PC, Xbox, whatever. Last week that thread got updated once. Got updated on Tuesday. That forum posting is about the only thing that is out there, and it's not really advance notice. You just know that something's in testing. It could show up for the mod hub or never show up because it fails testing. Hey John, what's up? Been doing a lot of driving today. I think when we get back, we might go haul some corn. It's apparently a pretty good price. And we've got a lot of it. They revitalized the testing thread from 17. It was updated last Tuesday. Week before it was updated 3 times. I think it was updated Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Last week it was only updated on Tuesday. When it was updated on Tuesday, there were 180 mods pending testing. So now we'll have to see how many are pending testing when they update the thread next week. A little concerned that when they update it next week, it's going to be over 200 again.
Now I heard that if you release a mod anywhere else besides Giants, you can't ever, they won't ever put it on Mod Hub. Is that true?
They've relaxed that as far as I know. Because even in 17, there were maps that were released outside the mod hub months before they showed up in the mod hub.
Oh, okay.
Then when they showed up in the mod hub, everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, look, it's finally out!" And it's like, dude, I did a video on that like 4 months ago. Okay, it's finally. We might cause problems. No, not on this one. This is a challenge map. Challenge farms. So, got set teams. We've got a challenge going between us and another server. That's it's 18 free bales of hay. All right. Oh. And collect our dollars. Sweet. It's in general discussion. Should be toward the top. It's like something like daily mods in testing, daily something. Once I unload this harvester, I'll go get a link. Okay. Let's see here. I think I rode all the horses earlier today. Yep, they're all good. These are all good. Them can be brushed. Swinging. Soybeans. Corn. Field 35 in corn. Take a check and see. 35. Oh, we need $500,000. Check this. Probably not much. Probably not going to be purchasing much of anything. So part of the goal is money balance. I think we pretty much got what we need. This side of the field was a little late in coming in. Oh my gosh, someone's driven all over the field. Oh, is that you?
Yeah, that was me. I actually got a bit of lag going, and when I came in, the lag really hit me, and that's what happened.
Alright, I think I'm going to sell a load of corn. Back. See if I can get back before you unloading.
Yeah, you should. I'm only at 9%.
Gotta go to the bakery. No, bakery. It's the bakery. Alright, now I know where the bakery is. So you just missed our big purchase. We just bought this big plot of land right here. It was 1.8 million. That was the big buy. Oh, let's see here. Well, the map is yet to be determined. Depends on what comes out. Might have a couple of really good quality maps coming out here in the next 2 weeks. And if that's the case, then it'll probably be one of those. If they're delayed for any reason, then I think it will probably be the Montana map. Montana map is my kind of fallback right now. We've got still about 2 weeks. on this. It'll definitely be hard. We do the Montana map. I'll probably do farm manager starting. Oh, make it. Can we make it? Yes, we can. Can we make it? Oh, 9 miles an hour. And here's the big. Well, the truck can get up the hill. Bakery, it drags it down to 9 miles an hour. See what a full load gives us. This map does not have very nice pricing. Oh, $9,000. That's pretty good. Settings, well, they're pretty much going to be hard economic difficulty, crop destruction on, weeds are on, fertilizing and plowing is going to be on. Pretty much everything's going to be on. You know, Felsburn I did start from scratch, 500K, no debt. Trying not to take out a loan. I don't think I did take out a loan. And that was a very slow grind. A little bit slower than I really would prefer it to be. Most of that slowed grind was as a result of the decision to not take out a loan. For sure. I'm thinking the hard economic difficulty with Farm Manager could maybe allow the progression to be a little quicker.
was 50% full when you came back, so you could probably almost do 2 loads of corn before I filled up.
Yeah, but not too hard, just emptying you out, give me a little buffer.
Yeah, you're just dropping it in the stockpile anyway, so.
We do have the little trailer up here that holds 12,000. I can buffer for it, so.
Yeah, I can use that too because it's only just right there. I can go dump it off and just use hard worker while I'm gone. That's all.
There will be doing more multiplayer at some point. I don't know if we're going to do a multiplayer. How much multiplayer we'll do in February? Or organized multiplayer in February? We'll have the servers. So, yeah, we might just stand up a community multiplayer and just let people have at it. So, quite honestly, that type of multiplayer server seems to not keep a lot of interest. Seems like interest fades off pretty quick after just a week and a half on just in general open server like that. Usually because when people get in, they really don't know what's going on. And it takes them a little while to get acclimated every time they come into the server. What seems to work real good is like this, where there's a bit of a, an end goal type thing. Of course, also the ability to work and do separate farms, separate money. That works also. Sounds like a diesel truck. I don't know. Quite honestly, I don't remember what most trucks sound like. In game, I don't commit that to very long-term memory. First hill. Got one more. Second hill. $27,000. Not bad prospects for 3 loads of corn, given the depressed pricing that the map has. $48,000. Oh. Go. Oh, on that thread? No. There was no trucks. In fact, I think that thread maybe had 7 or 8 items listed as being in testing as of last Tuesday. Okay? All but 4 of those items were released this week. 4 items that were on the testing thread were not released. So they're either still in testing or they got rejected. So over half of what was in that testing thread's already been out. It's already out. You already see it. Either quicker this time or you were a little slower because I'm back at 4%.
Yeah, I squared off the bottom of the field there, so I was a bit slower.
Right. Do us. Horn. Alright, I just got a partial load, so I should be able to get back quicker. Yeah, well, whoa. I think the problem with the trucks and consoles is this. Most of the trucks people want to do mods for, they want to do a mod for a specific brand and model truck. Like a Dodge 2500, Ford F-150, Chevy 2500 Silverado, okay? Giants cannot put non-licensed brands on consoles. So Giants doesn't have a license for Ford, Chevy, or Dodge. Okay? So they can only put a license in for a brand they have or their fictional brand, Blizzard. Okay? Problem is, you can't just take an F-150 and slap Lizard L370 on it. Call it a Lizard L370. Because it's probably going to look just like a Ford F-150. And then basically you have to deal with, is the shape of the body iconic enough that it stands alone as its own indicator of make and model. You'd say the Lizard vehicles have been genericized enough that Yeah, they don't look like any one particular type of vehicle. There we go. Now let's see if we can make it back before we're at 100%. Hung up on something. Alright, all the corn sold. About 21,000. Corn.
How much do we need to flip 35?
Like a 500,000. 500 and some thousand.
Oh. I was hoping you were rounding up. There's got to be a couple 100,000 liters on 35.
Yeah, no, is it what is it, fertilized and weeded and anything?
I don't know. But I got 100. I got all the corn we had off of 39.
Oops. $516,000. Right, but what I'm saying is that folks that want to create a mod are not going to want to create just a generic looking vehicle. They're going to want to recreate something real. Typically. Alright guys, well that's where I'm going to call it for the night. We may or may not be streaming on this tomorrow night. I might take a day off. I don't know. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. But at any rate, we will be back on Monday at the very least. Might be here tomorrow streaming. Not really sure. Just have to play it by ear. So next time, guys, happy farming.